Hey y'all, welcome back to Floating Hands on the Internet. So I know I just did a reading about 10 days ago on Taylor Swift, Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively, the lawsuit. But today I want to look into, so Taylor Swift's summons has been withdrawn, so she's no longer has to appear in court. I believe she probably did something legal behind the scenes. I'm not quite sure, but I believe Justin Baldoni's lawyer and legal team are saying that Blake Lively was basically like threatening Taylor Swift in some way. There's rumors like she's gonna release text messages over like the past decade, basically that Blake is out to get Taylor in some capacity, which is so crazy because you dragged her into this. Yeah, I'm hearing Taylor Swift's I'd very much like to be excluded from this narrative, so I want to look into that. I want to see, was Blake Lively really gonna, was she really trying to blackmail Taylor, and kind of why Taylor's summons got withdrawn. So this is for alleged entertainment purposes only, of course. No facts here. I'm still doing free readings, so if you want a free reading, even if I've done one for you before, you can request as many as you want. I'll get to them when I can. So email me at floatinghandsoti@gmail.com with your picture, your prompt, your birthday, and your name, and I will gladly do a reading for you and offer you an insight. So for alleged entertainment purposes only, let's just start with, was Blake Lively trying to coerce, blackmail, anything of malicious intent towards Taylor Swift in order to, let's just see, was she being serious, or was she bluffing? What was going on with these supposed text messages for alleged entertainment purposes only? Well, she's not happy. Yeah. I just heard bluff in my mind's eye. I picture somebody who's trying to do like, what's something in poker where it's like a really good hand, but they don't actually have it and they're bluffing? That's what I heard. I think she's not happy about the way that Blake's not happy about the way that things are going. The Ten of Cups, it's in the reversal. Tens are about cycles completing. That's about disharmony, an obstacle. I think she sees Taylor Swift as an obstacle who has now gotten in her way, even though she's the one who brought her up. Like, you're the one who called her Khaleesi, girl. You're the one you're Khaleesi. She's your dragon. Like, what a shitty thing to say about your friend, honestly. That's also about disconnect. Yeah, things not working out the way that you wanted to. Yeah, I just heard, isn't that the consequences of your own actions? Chariot card in reversed. Something that's about her. Yeah, again, a lack of focus. You didn't have a concrete plan. And then you have the Page of Cups, which is about like emotional immaturity. I think that she was playing around with the idea. I think she's mad that things didn't work out the way they wanted it to. She didn't have a I don't think let me pull some clarifying cards and then I'll say how I feel. Did she? Yep, that's self-indulgence. King of Swords. The Empress. This kind of reminds me of when when a parent threatens to do something to their child, but they don't really mean it, but they're just trying to teach them a lesson. That's kind of how the vibe that I'm getting for Taylor Swift and Blake Lively, where Blake Lively's like, it's just so weird though, because she freaking brought Blake into it. Do I think that Blake was gonna do this? No. Do I think she wanted Taylor to sweat a little bit? Yes. Which is so fucking weird, girl. You did this to yourself. The King of Swords. Yeah, I think that's Blake. I think she tried it. I think she thought, I'm gonna, release the truth, right? But yeah, that's about like her standing up for herself, even though she fucking created this mess herself, trying to hold like all the power. And then you have the Empress card, which is about like receiving love. So I think that her legal team wanted to kind of try to scare Taylor. I don't know how you scare Taylor Swift. I mean, I guess if you're Blake Lively and you have receipts, sure, but I don't think she was actually going to do it. That Chariot card in reverse, like that Ten of Cups in reverse. Because that's like Blake. Like, she's just selfish for Legendary Tarot purposes only. And that's like, I think that's who she, I think she thinks I think she just wanted to scare Taylor, if you want my honest opinion. Yeah, the Death card in reversed. The Moon, Secrets. I think that she knows. So I think that she knows that she has dirt on Taylor Swift. And I think she likes, because I can picture somebody like dangling a carrot in front of somebody. So even if Blake had no intention of ever doing this, because I think I think that Taylor could probably like retaliate just as hard. Yeah, because that's about like refusing to change, holding on to the past. The Moon card is about lies, deceit, deception, and the Strength card is about overcoming obstacles and endurance. This card reminds me of, I'm hearing the song I Got Stamina, so that's about the length of their friendship. This card is also 13, which is Taylor's number. It's also in the reversal. So I just think that she kind of was dangling a carrot in front of, or Blake's legal team, for alleged intent purpose only, was dangling a carrot in front of Taylor. And I don't think that she was ever gonna do it, because I just keep on picturing somebody with like a shitty poker hand in their hand, and they're bluffing. Although I do think that Blake probably does have actual receipts. Yeah, because I'm hearing the song, I got a list of names and yours is in red underlined. So I do think Blake has the tea, but so does Taylor. And I think that Blake, honestly, for alleged and interim purposes only, she's just fucking stupid. I think she severely overestimates her power and her pull. Like, you're going against Taylor Swift, who has more money than God. Even if she had no dirt on you, did you really think that you were going to get away with this? Just saying. So I think Justin Baldoni's team is the one who is basically publicly saying that Blake Lively's team is trying to coerce Taylor. So let's see if that's just kind of like a ploy tactic. You know what I just got in my mind's eye is the Hunger Games, where the bomb that killed Prim, where it was kind of like a second bomb to pull everyone else in. So part of me off the bat does think this was Justin's team. Even if it's true, I think, yeah, I'm picturing someone stirring the pot, which, I mean, that's their job. It's their job to stir the pot. But I feel like this was strategic, is the word I just heard. Very, very strategic, which, I mean, that's their job, obviously. But let's see. What were Justin Baldoni's legal team's intention? Do they actually believe this? Or were they just trying to stir the pot and, you know, do their job well? Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Page of Cups again. That's Blake. She's a Virgo, right? The Seven of Pentacles in the reversal. That's about getting impatient and not seeing the results that you wanted. Yeah, that's why I kind of think this was planned out. Even if we all think it's true, like, it's kind of clear Blake has been using Taylor in this lawsuit. Duh. Yeah, that just like that cup with that fish in it kind of reminds me of somebody like handing somebody with the tea. Like, here's the tea, because that's about messages. And then you have the Hermit card, which, that's Blake. It's also about wisdom, which, I mean, I think that accounts for them doing their job well. But I think Blake, obviously, that's all up in her energy. But I really think that's mostly them just doing their job well, because that's about wisdom. Yeah, I just heard the saying, mother knows best. So I think they're just doing their job really well. Yep. They're causing conflict. Star card in reversed. Queen of Swords. That's Taylor. Yeah, the Five of Wands is like conflict and rivalry. This is another Hunger Games quote I have in my mind's eye is President Snow talking to Katniss, and he's saying, I've been watching you, you've been watching me, and nobody was watching President Coin. So I think this is like Taylor and Justin and Blake and, you know, whoever. Like, they know it does well to drum up the publicity on this. Yeah, that's about loss. The Star card's about loss of faith and disconnection from source. So again, and also this reminds me of like taking the shine off of Justin. Like in the Star card and the upright, it's like you're in the spotlight, you want to be famous, but it's in the reversal. I think part of that is them wanting to not so much focus on Justin and his actions, but the whole Blake and Taylor thing. And then the Queen of Swords, I think that's Taylor. Everyone says, I mean, she is a fire sign, so she could be like the Queen of Wands, but a lot of people think, yeah, that's the truth, right? So like, I just heard the truth will set you free. And that I always think of the truth when I, the Hermit card as well, because that's about like wisdom and going inside oneself. But the Queen of Swords, that's about honesty. And so I think that's Taylor. But it's also about the truth. So do I think that they're kind of throwing like shots in the dark? Well, not shots in the dark, but I think they're being strategic. I think they're drumming up the publicity. I think they're going to do as much as they can to take the attention away from anything that Blake has claimed Justin has done. And they're going to focus it on this relationship. And if they can get in Taylor Swift's head by saying, hey girl, you know, they're using you, if you didn't already know that, then I think that's what they're going to do. Page of Pentacles in the reversed. Ace of Cups in reversed. Yeah. I absolutely think it was intentional. Now, do I think they believe it? Sure. But I just think that they're trying to get the heat off Justin and change the narrative. Because at the end of the day, they know it's going to be about public perception. Yeah, that's about like lacking a solid plan. I don't think they love, even though I feel like Justin kind of seems like he's kind of winning the battle right now. That's about readjusting your approach if you want to see the results that you want. I think that they know it's not going to be enough, and they have to, I just heard like silver bullet. The more they can discredit Blake, the better. Ace of Cups, that's about depletion. And then you have the Four of Wands, which is about like resistance to celebrating. So it's like I just heard we haven't won the war yet. So I think they were just spitting truth, sure, but do I think that I just picture somebody with a wooden spoon stirring up the tea? And listen, a lot of times people who are tea spillers are saying the truth. You can call it gossip, whatever you want. Yeah, I just heard the song, Call It What You Want. But at the end of the day, it's true. So, let's see. I did, we can I literally just did this 10 days ago, but let's see, how is Blake feeling? Actually, we're just going to do like a simple pool. We're going to do just a quick friendship update. Taylor on the left, Blake on the right, and the energy in between. And then we'll end it there. I would not mess with Taylor Swift. Doesn't everybody know that? You're her best friend. One of her best friends. You don't know you don't mess with Taylor Swift? Just saying. For legendary time purposes only. Alright. Taylor on the left, Blake on the right. Taylor on the left. Friendship. Taylor on the left. Blake on the right. And the energy in between. Okay. And none for Christian Wieners. The Six of Wands. That's about victory and recognition. It's in the reversal. That's about things not turning out the way that you expected. Oh my god, I have Cassie and fucking Maddie in my mind's eye, where Maddie finds out that Cassie's fucking Nate, and she, like, Cassie locks herself in her bathroom, and Maddie's heartbroken, and she was like, I would have never done this to you. That's how Taylor feels. She's heartbroken. She doesn't have anybody who she feels like she can trust. The Ten of Swords is in the reversal. I think that's Blake. She's upset. She doesn't want this friendship to end. She's clinging to the past, but I don't think there's no going back. And then the Queen of Cups in reverse. They're done. This is done. I'm hearing Taylor Swift's song, Now We Got Bad Blood. I'll end it there. Thank y'all for watching. If you have any ideas, let me know. I've got a couple ideas in the queue. I'm working on them. But if you guys want a free reading, email me at floatinghandsoти@gmail.com, and I'll catch you in the next one.